Good day everyone, I am Janapolis Mamagulo, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Mathematics in Kapalong College of Agriculture, Sciences and Technology. In this video, I will discuss the basic concepts on special and inclusive education. So let's start. Teachers are critical to a student's academic achievement. They have a profound and long-lasting influence on all of their students. They can also have a significant impact on a student's life. Teachers have the ability to mold and shape a student's personality as well as their future. With the Philippine government's current reforms in the inclusive curriculum, as outlined in the Department of Education Order Number 21, Series of 2019, and in teacher quality as outlined in the National Adoption and Implementation of the Philippine Teacher Quality Standards, DO 42 Series of 2017, or Professional Standards for Teachers or PPST, educators are now expected to play a key role in the implementation of inclusive education. In order for inclusion to have a positive impact, the learning environment and the instructional models must be carefully developed to ensure that all children have access to high-quality learning opportunities. Teacher will be evaluated based on the set of standards of the 7 domains of PPST. The third is devoted to diversity of learners, with an emphasis on the primary role of teachers in creating environments that are sensitive to learner diversity. It includes the following strands. First, learners' gender, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. Next is the learners' linguistic, cultural, socio-economic, and religious backgrounds. Learners with disabilities, giftedness and talents. Learners in difficult circumstances, and learners from indigenous groups. Later in this video, I will introduce to you the terms like disability and inclusive education, which will help to build a more inclusive classroom for students with disabilities, giftedness, and talents. I will differentiate and integrate the special education to inclusive education, difference between the mainstreaming and the integration, and also the accommodation and modification. And as an educator, we will incorporate our knowledge of equity, equality, and liberation to support all of our gifted and talented students. Let us now define the two terms first, special education and inclusion. According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization or UNESCO, inclusive education or IE is about putting the right to education into action by including all learners, respecting their diverse needs, abilities, and characteristics, and eliminating all forms of discrimination in the learning environment. Inclusive education is understood as the process to ensure participation and learning of all students regardless of differences and diversity. Special education or SPED, on the other hand, is defined as classes or instruction designed for students with disabilities, giftedness, and talents, regardless of environment, whether in a classroom, home, or hospital. It is the technique of educating students with special needs in a way that recognizes their specific peculiarities and needs. Special education is special because it has a distinct place in the education of not only individuals with disabilities, but also diverse learners, including those who are at risk. Accordingly, special education is composed of a range of teaching practices specifically designed for the needs of individuals with disabilities who have special learning needs, that are implemented by well-trained special education teachers and not normally seen or used by untrained teachers in a regular classroom. So teachers must be skilled in handling severe disabilities, creating lesson plans based on individual abilities, and adhere to dietary needs of the child. Lack of experiences can lead to the child not progressing with skills or can cause medical problems. Along with inclusive education and special education, other related concepts including mainstreaming and integration. Mainstreaming is the practice of educating students with learning challenges in regular classes in the least restrictive environment based on their skills. It is the basic goal of mainstreaming to include students with disabilities in regular classes while providing them with the same opportunities just like other students to access teaching, gain knowledge, develop as individuals, and engage in academic and social settings that a school has to offer. To clarify, mainstreaming means students who are part of the special education classroom will join to the regular education classroom at a certain times which are fitting for the special education student. While integration, according to Franklin 1996, refers to the creation of spaces such as regular classroom, special education classroom, or pull-out services for diverse learners. Just like a student with severe disabilities should be able to participate in many general school activities such as lunch, assemblies, clubs, dances, or recess. The student should also be able to participate in selected activities in regular classes such as art, music, or computers. And the student should be able to use the same facilities as non-disabled students, including hallways, restrooms, libraries, cafeterias, etc. Moreover, UNESCO states that inclusion is the process of addressing and responding to diversity of needs of all learners through increasing participation in learning, cultures, and communities, and reducing exclusion within and from education. Participation as full members of classroom community, including full engagement in both academic and social environments. As a result, children with disabilities will experience positive growth in social skills, adaptive behaviors, literacy and language skills, and cognition. Inclusion is about welcoming diversity by providing varied responses to the diverse needs of learners in the formal and informal education settings, and where every child feels safe and has a sense of belongingness while studying with other children with no such condition. Additionally, the diversity of learning include those who are gifted and talented, those with difficulty seeing, hearing, communicating, walking or moving, remembering and focusing, and those with challenges with self-care. However, special education is instruction that is specifically designed to meet the unique needs of a child with a disability. Instruction conducted in the classroom, in the home, in hospitals, and institutions, and in other settings. The specifically designed instruction means adapting as appropriate to the needs of an eligible child. But how do we incorporate our knowledge of equity, equality, and liberation to support all of our gifted and talented students? When we seek equality or equal conditions for the students in our classroom, we try to give each person the same thing, same opportunity, and every one of them were catered properly. Maybe we try to provide equal circumstances to each student by giving them the same form of an exam, or perhaps provide the opportunity to listen to the same lecture, same assignment deadline, etc. Ironically, despite our best attempts to create an equal learning environment in our classrooms, true equality does not benefit all students equally. Therefore, equality does not mean equity because every child is different. Different cultural backgrounds, socio-economic status, different confidence levels, developmental stages, different motivation and expectations, and so on. Despite these known and unknown inequalities, we frequently strive to make our classrooms equal playing grounds for our students. So instead of working tirelessly for equality, we might want to focus on creating equity or equal resources to our students. In essence, equity entails providing each individual with what they need to be successful, which may be more or less than another person. It is all about fairness in every situation, and there is educational barriers that limit learners' participation. While living in liberation means there are no barriers. There are no barriers. We all have access to what we need and no one is being held back up or down. It is also important to differentiate between the terms accommodations and modifications. Sometimes people get confused about what it means to have a modification and what it means to have an accommodation. Usually, a modification means a change in what is being taught to or expected to learn based on their individual abilities. For example, a person with intellectual disability use less complicated text materials of different content topic than their age peers. So the learning goal for an individual student change. Whereas accommodation is a change that helps a student overcome or work around the disability, allowing a student who has trouble in writing to give his answers orally is an example of an accommodation. Another, sign language interpreters for students who are deaf. Finally, special education, also called special needs education, means an individual student requires assistance in order to improve his or her performance and general quality of life. Inclusion, on the other hand, is about adapting education to ensure that everyone succeeds, regardless of their individual needs. Perhaps, the importance of special education cannot be overstated. Children with special needs can grow up to be productive, happy, and fully functional members of society. Thus, inclusion is very critical for developing lasting relationships, experiences, and cognitive and social abilities. Wherever possible, all children should learn together, regardless of any obstacles or differences they may have. As the future educators, we need to address how the classroom will communicate with each other and encourage participation. Also, we have to be able to ensure rights with both approaches by respecting the rights of every child and by making our school and classrooms more inclusive. Having knowledgeable, well-trained, and accredited teachers are imperial for success of the students. Thus, we need to ensure that all students have an equal access to education and have a positive discrimination to study and excel in life. In general, every child is a different kind of flower and all together make this world a beautiful garden. Thus, despite all of these differences, there is a value in simply being a flower. When in bloom, each flower is truly unique and brings joy and beauty to the world. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!